You okay? No, of course not. I shouldn't have even asked that. I'm sorry. I don't know what to say to help you feel better right now. No, I know that, but still, I want to help. Even if it's just holding your hand, you know? Just being here for you, whether you need me or not. Oh, sweetness, you look so upset. Come here, you. Go ahead, you can hug me tighter if you want. Okay, yeah, that's good. How about we sit down and decompress a bit? We don't have to talk about it if you don't want to, but if you do, that's fine too. And I don't even have to talk much. I can just listen if you want. Or I can share my thoughts if that would make you feel better. Entirely your call. Okay, well, come on then, let's get cozy. You want your good blanket? Yep, got it right here. Snuggle up. There you go. You want me to stroke your hair while we sit? Of course I can. You know I like doing that. You're very warm and soft, even in this form. Okay, so if you want to talk about it, I will let you go first, whatever's on your mind. Oh, sweetness. I get why you think that, why it feels that way, but I promise you, you didn't mess up. Not at all. No, it's fine. It worked out fine. Why do you think you messed up? Okay, I get that, but was any harm done? Any real harm? That's not real harm. Let's work backwards, okay? First off, you went there with the best of intentions. You didn't go with a plan to mess things up for anyone. I know. Just a normal golf outing like normal people do. No, I know you're not exactly normal people, but still, anyone should be able to go play golf. You, me, anyone. Even if we don't know what we're doing. Everyone has to start somewhere, right? Right. I don't understand people who gatekeep different hobbies. Didn't they start as novices too? It makes no sense. But I guess golf sometimes attracts the more elitist types. No, you were fine. You carried yourself well, you looked the part. I love this golf shirt on you, by the way. It looks really good. Yeah, it does. The color brings out your eyes. You looked perfect for the club. No one could ever look at you and judge that. Not that they should be judging anyway, but you know what I mean. No, my parents thought so too. They told you that, didn't they? They said you looked awesome. They probably thought you looked better than I did, honestly. I was never very good at dressing for the club. Wasn't really my speed growing up. But I'm happy to go with you and the family and pick up a driver again. So yeah, you look sharp. And it's not like you were new to the sport. All those practice rounds in the simulator, they really paid off. You had your swing down pat. Oh yeah, you're the picture of a perfect golfer. I was honestly a little jealous of your form. You looked comfortable and confident, exactly at home on the course. I was proud of you. Okay, well, that part was a little bit dicey. I can't exactly argue with that, but I also don't think it was your fault at all. No, stop. Don't think about what they said. My parents they don't understand a lot of things. They're very old school. You being a werewolf, it confuses them a bit. Yeah, well, it's not their choice to make. Besides, if it were up to them, I'd be married to some boring doctor by now, instead of being with you, whom I love. Yeah, I know. But just because they don't fully understand you doesn't mean they don't like you. They love you, in fact. They tell me that all the time. Sure they do. You're sweet and kind and attractive and smart and talented. What's not to like? Okay, accept that. But again, it's not your fault. You didn't know that was going to happen, right? Right. You didn't go out there planning for it. It was just one of those things. One of those fun things that we discover about your werewolf side every so often. Hey, I love your werewolf side. You keep me on my toes. And it's part of you, and I love every part of you. You are perfect exactly as you are, no matter what anyone else says or thinks. You got me? Good. But yeah, they don't get you the way I do. Of course they don't, right? They couldn't. So sometimes when some werewolf trait pops out, it can catch them off guard, or confuse them. That's totally normal. Right, but again, you didn't know. That hasn't ever happened before. I didn't even know werewolves could have a chase instinct, did you? You had no idea. So you certainly didn't expect to go running after Dad's tee shot like that. If you'd known, you wouldn't have agreed to golf. Yeah, I think he might have been a tad frustrated. I mean, it was a good shot, right down the middle, fairway central, and then you scooped it up and brought it back, and you can see why that might have been an issue, a little bit. But for the record, you were hauling when you went after that ball. Oh yeah, I've never seen you move that fast. You grabbed that thing so quickly it barely hit the ground. I was super impressed. Dad would have been really impressed too if it hadn't been his tee shot. Okay, but again, you didn't plan it. It just sort of happened. And you said you were sorry. You apologized. What more can anyone want? Hey, you were there. I offered to let him take a drop right where his ball had been. He was the one who got snippy over it. And honestly, they can learn to be a little more flexible. When you play golf with a werewolf, I guess you have to be prepared for things to happen. And if they weren't prepared, that's on them. No, I know, and I totally get why you feel that way, especially since it happened, 5 more times? Yeah, that's a lot of balls, and the fairways might need a bit of repair, or a lot of it. Your claws dug in a bit. But it's not like they're not used to divots, right? And honestly, if people take golf so seriously that they can't just laugh something like this off, then they're taking it way too seriously. This was supposed to be a friendly family game. My dad is just too competitive about things sometimes. I understand, sweetness. It was probably mortifying, but it wasn't something you intended or even knew about. It's okay to feel bad, but please don't blame yourself too much. And please don't think this makes my parents like you less. Not at all. They understand this was just one of those things, even if it was a frustrating thing. They might not invite us to golf again, but they'll still have us around for dinner. Don't worry at all. My love, this is not a deal breaker. So you chase balls on a golf course, so what? You also do a lot of other amazing, wonderful things. And you're still the werewolf I love, entirely as you are. Of course, this doesn't change anything for me. And honestly, there's a part of me that was a little bit happy at seeing my dad get annoyed. Oh, I know, and I'll be talking about it to my therapist, but it still made me happy. He can use some annoyance every so often, keeps him young. Hey, without us, his main source of frustration would be having too many strawberries growing in his garden. What a terrible problem to have. I know, right? It's silly. But please, I know it was embarrassing. I know it caught you off guard. I love you so much, and I'm sorry that happened. But it's not your fault, and I do not think any less of you. No, neither do they. But like I said, if they invite us to the club again, it'll probably be for drinks, not 18 holes, which I'm fine with. Me? Darling, I will be perfectly happy if I never golf again. I never really liked it, even as a kid. It was the family sport, not my choice. And you're giving me a big reason never to do it again. I should be thanking you. Thank you very much. For putting up with my family, and for trying at golf, and for always being such a thoughtful, caring person. Just one of the reasons why I love you. Mwah. Okay. I know you're not going to feel better right away, but if there's anything I can do, please tell me. And in the meantime, I'm thinking we make a couple of very rare steaks for dinner. How's that? Absolutely, as rare as you want. Raw even. And potatoes if you want some. Didn't think so. More for me. Okay, gorgeous. Let's put this golf day behind us. The only links we need in our life are the sausage kind. Did you like this audio? Would you like even more? Sign up to be a channel member here on YouTube or a patron on Patreon. Your support means I can keep making these audios, and for just $5 a month, you get great perks like hours of extra content, cool assets, and access to my private Discord. You might even be a sweetness patron, like on JRW. You're this audio sweetness patron. Don't forget to like and subscribe so you don't miss any uploads. And thank you so much for listening.